What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are back once again with Dirt Rally 2.0. It's a brand new game by Codemasters, so I thought what better opportunity than to play it now while it is still nice and fresh for us all to enjoy. Today we're going to do Rallycross, something that I thoroughly enjoy in the world of rally. Probably my favorite category to do since it involves actual racing on circuit. It's a bit more familiar territory for me, I'd say. So we're going to dive deep into it and see if it's just as enjoyable as the last time I tried it on Dirt 4. Before we get started properly with this video, I have a confession to make. I found this very, very difficult to compete in. There were many crashes, there were many outtakes, and lots of swearing. So bear that in mind as you see these next few clips. This video was almost cancelled because I couldn't do it. Enjoy. Ah! Fuck me. That's difficult. Ah!
Okay, you need to take an extra joker because you jumped to start. Double joker, confirm?
No, I'm sorry, Matt, I didn't hear you there. What'd you say? Oh, I'm sure it wasn't important.
Ready to race.
It's a bloody miracle. We have the lead. I can't slow the... Oh, come on, man! Oh, for fuck's sake! That right there, I need to... Hey! I keep getting fucked over there. Every time. Oh, there's the joke. No, I don't want to take it now. It's too late.
Be careful cutting those corners.
What? That's not a corner car! Oh! The driver's not happy. I'm not happy. I didn't know my car looked like that at the end of the race. Race 2. Now we're falling back into the old habits. Brilliant. Ah! Next event, please. What is that? What is that? What are you braking there for? Oh wow, you're a twat. You're an actual twat. Outside line heading into turn 1. What? I didn't go anywhere! And away we go. Why do I feel like the Into the Barrier of this series? I've just been punted.
Go, go, go.
What? Can I get bullied off the circuit a bit more, please? Someone's lost a bit of bodywork. Someone's lost more bodywork. Fantastic.
Your left front tyre looks like it's punctured.
I give up. And there we have it. You're all up to speed of what happened on the build-up to this footage that you're seeing now. So I was recording for the best part of an hour. I started on the wheel, got annoyed at my wheel, switched to the pad, realized the pad wasn't the wheel wasn't the problem, so I went back to that, and just struggled for the best part of an hour. And here we are now at the British Grand Prix circuit for Rallycross.
Check systems. Looks good from where I'm standing.
Alright, let's do this. I had to just take a step back, have a breather, and go again, and not focus on talking at all. That's how difficult I was finding this series. 5 red lights, and away we go for our first Rallycross here at the British Grand Prix. Sorry, Silverstone. It's not the British Grand Prix. This is not Formula 1. This is Rallycross. So, yeah. First little go at this. I did do like 1 or 2 laps just before I restarted again for reference. And I still really don't know the circuit all too much, but we're kind of learning on the fly. But despite all of my problems, despite all the restarts and how difficult I was finding it, I was only running on medium difficulty for that first hour. I've now switched to easy difficulty, which is, I think, like level 60 out of 100. I think I was on level 70 before. But I'm still you know, being very much challenged by the AI. You'll find that over the course of this rally as well, that we'll have to squabble a little bit. As you saw, we got a bit of a dive bomb there into turn 1. Had to make the move stick again, but then I actually lost the place again, and now we're back in a P2. So we're actually having a fight here now in these Rallycross races, and I'm finding it somewhat enjoyable as we got the inside. A big old yeet into that hairpin. We got the job done. One thing I'm not really doing effectively either right now is using the handbrake. I'd use the handbrake and I would over-rotate the car and I'd end up spinning, more or less. A bit like that. I think I tried to do the handbrake there. Didn't work out, so that was a lot of lost time. I've already taken the joker lap on this run, but for some reason it didn't register. So that was really annoying. I took the joker lap on the first or second lap. Then I had to take it again on the last lap and lost P2, essentially. So, a pretty frustrating run for that first race, that first qualifier. It demotes us from P2, effectively where we were, I think, to last. And I think we ended up last out of anyone in the qualifiers. So, very, very annoying. One thing I also found as well is whatever group stage I was in or group race I was in, we were always the slowest. All the other races in the other races were faster than us. No idea why. But, hey, we'll roll with the punches. Maybe I was holding them all up in that first race, given that I was in the lead for a brief portion of that. Here we go for qualifying number 2 here at Silverstone. Getting a bit of a punteroonie around the outside at turn 1. Getting held up a little bit through turn 2. We give him a bit of a dive, and now we move up into P2 once again. It's rubbing racing, I would say, this Rallycross series. And, you know, it took me a little while to get used to that, to adjust to all the sliding, how loose the car is in general, whether it be in braking, acceleration, and just through the corners. It was very, very hard to get used to. But we're getting there now, which is the good thing. But we've taken our joker lap. We did it just there. Everyone who's taken a joker lap, their crown on the top right will go yellow, just for reference. And the delta, it gives you a prediction as well based on if everyone was to take their joker right now, what would happen. And we're predicted to be in P3 as we move up into P2 now. The majority of all the runners have made their joker lap, with the exception of Peter Solberg, who has just made his. So that was the second race. I actually was running in P2 for a lot of that, and then literally with only a couple of corners to go in this second race, we lose P2. I just went in a little bit too deep into one of the corners. He got the switchback and got us back, unfortunately. So that was a 2 minute 46. That was 11 seconds faster than what we managed in Qualifier 1, but we still ended up the slowest out of all the other group races that were taking part at the same time. So again, pretty frustrating, but this time we get 18th place. We actually beat a few people in our group. Here's a replay of the overtake that happened for us on the last lap. You can see there, this is the corner where I went in too deep. The guy behind me did the under and over, and then he went around the outside at the next left-hander. And that was that, pretty much. So a lesson to just tidy my driving up a little bit in the next one. In between races, you have the opportunity to make setup changes. You can fix your car, because if you get damage, you obviously carry that into the next race. So it's always something to watch out for. But here we go for qualifying number 3. We need to be in the top 12, I believe, to qualify for the finals. And at this stage, we're just not doing a good enough job. But we are getting faster. We are improving. That's the race leader right in front of us who, for lack of a better word, got punted by us there. And, well, we've been gifted the lead of the Grand Prix. So we're going to see if we can make the most of this in clear air, see if we can win this one. We haven't won a race as of yet, and I feel like with my improving nature that we're taking at the moment, we might be able to get this one. We're running side by side with, I think it was the guy in P3. He does the big old dive bomb into turn 1, but we managed to get him back on the exit. The car is very, very loose, but it's all in the driving style. I've got to learn to take that in my stride. We get the lead of the race back again once everyone else kind of makes their joker laps, and now we need to push, because we're not only racing these guys in this race, but we're also racing everyone else in all the other classes of races. It's all based on time, and this time I'm not sure we were actually faster than what we managed in the last race. But we do get a win, and I will certainly take that. 2 minute 44 puts us 12th place overall in that round of qualifiers, so that is a positive. We actually did alright for once. But I think now we're heading into the last race, the last qualifier before the finals, and given our position in the championship, I think we're 18th. We need a race victory here, and we need a pretty big one indeed. I think we almost need to beat all the other races in the different classes in order to make this, so pressure is on.
Get ready for the lights. Careful of the wheel spin. Go, go, go.
Away we go for the final race. Potentially, if we don't make it in this Rallycross event here in Silverstone. Into turn 1, we've got a bit of a shove. It is really, really hectic, these Rallycross races. You'll see it in real life as well. I've seen some clips on Twitter and stuff, and I gotta tell you, these guys race really, really hard. And yeah, that translates over into the game as well. But you can see, I hope you can tell in my driving that I'm racing a lot better. I'm getting through the corners a lot better. I'm exiting and carrying decent speed, which is something I wasn't really managing all too much in those previous qualifiers, and now we have clear air. So my goal was really just to go hell for leather, go full send, try and win by as much as I could. So I decided for my Joker lap this time around that I'd leave it as late as possible and just make the most of the clear air and see what would happen. We end the race there with a 2 minute 43.3, and I think that's my best race time that I've managed so far. But as we go over the page, we'll see just how we did amongst all the qualifiers. It is only 13th place. I couldn't believe it. I felt like I put in the drive of my life there on Dirt Rally 2.0. But it's still not good enough. It is only 18th place overall based on all the points from the 4 qualifiers, and we don't make it through to the quarterfinals, which is very unfortunate, especially since this was on easy difficulty. It's a hard pill to swallow, but hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video nonetheless. The biggest takeaway for me is that Rallycross is not easy. It's not a walk in the park. You certainly have to work hard at your technique and the way you set up the car and how you conduct yourself with decision making and your strategy in terms of the Joker lap. It all comes into play, and for a novice like me, it's kind of refreshing in a way to see that I can't just jump in and dominate right from the outset. I love a game that challenges you, and I certainly got that today. I was borderline almost gonna rage quit. So there you go, a lesson to all you guys to really take this mode of racing seriously. But that's it from me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time.